Thank you. Thank you, everyone. I am Brooke. This is my show. It's called Babes in Joyland. It's babes because it's like usually newer comedians, but it's always a coincidence that everyone on it is also really good looking. Lucky you. Besides being funny, I also am a teacher, but not full time. I sub, right? A lot of people peg me for a dom. Clearly, I sub. It's nice. The kids get excited when they see me. They're like, "Oh, it's Miss Frizzle." But I don't have a magical bicycle or a magical school bus. I just have a magical bicycle, and sadly, not enough helmets. I do teach them about crystals, right? And how to be kind to one another. So much so that a teacher down the hall was teaching about the 1960s. And she got to this part where she was teaching about the hippies. And the kids didn't know what a hippie was. So she just took them down the hall. It's like, it's fine. I don't shave my legs. I get it. I just didn't realize people still did that. Being a sub is fun. You just get like a list of what you're supposed to do, so you don't have to plan it. You just show up and do it. But that's a lot of trust in whoever makes that plan. It can go wrong. I was teaching kindergarten. I was teaching library. We're reading a book. Really, really good book, actually. I do recommend it. It's called Carl and the Meaning of Life. It's about an inchworm. Anywho. Halfway through the story, this boy shoots his hand up, right? He's like, "Girls pee out of their butts." It's like, "No, that's diarrhea." And he doubled down, right? He's like, no, they don't have a pee-pee. What do you do, right? I'm there to teach. Do I read from The Secret Garden? But then I'm like, this is an epidemic, right? They really don't know. We need to start putting cliteracy back into the curriculum. Oh my gosh, I have so many more jokes, but I can't tell them all today. I do want to tell the audience, if you watched last week's episode or last month's, my mom's okay. All right. I didn't tell you all at the end that she got Narcan and she was fine. She's fine. Everything's fine. Are you ready for some more comedians? Yes. Thank you. I feel like I should hula now. Our next comedian, she just won the Clash of the Comedians at the Funny Bone. Dang it. She's very, very funny. Please welcome to the stage, Erin Clough.
Thank you very much. A few things about me. I am the proud owner of an active Yahoo email address. I recently bought a sex toy off of the internet for $6. I couldn't think of a better word to describe that. You're right. And somehow worse than that, I have a crush on Mitt Romney. It's purely physical, okay? I mean, it's certainly not intellectual. I have a fantasy where I pick him up in my Toyota Corolla and we go to Applebee's, my treat. And then I take him back to my studio apartment. I tie him to the bed. And I make him admit that Mormonism is a scam. And that's called bipartisanship, folks. Someone asked me once if I was a theater kid when I was in high school, which is the most hateful shit I've ever heard. Wild. I was not. I had depression. I know they're not mutually exclusive, but sometimes, you just can't be in a production of Footloose in that condition. Actually, high school productions of Footloose, #1 leading cause of depression amongst teenagers and audience members. Found out recently that Jesus Christ was 5'5". Yeah, I could have sworn that guy was like 6'1". Dimensions of the cross maybe threw me off. I don't know. No, 5'5". So talk about a short king. Short king of kings, if you will. Congrats, short king. She pointed at you, so I'm just assuming. Good for you. Killing it. You all took the Mitt Romney stuff well, so let's get worse. I'm impressed by the serial killer Ed Gein. First time I've gotten a yay. You get it. I hope you do. Okay. It's not the murders. It's not the grave robbing. It's the dedication he had. If you don't know, he dug up bodies and did arts and crafts with them. And this is going to get intense, so buckle up. He once made a belt out of nipples. Buckle up indeed. Yeah, no, we are not condoning that, okay? No. Just saying, for comparison's sake, I tried making a friendship bracelet for the Taylor Swift concert, gave up after 5 minutes, so I will never be him. Rumor persists. It's a terrible rumor, but they say that his doorbell was also a nipple. Again, I don't condone it. I'm just saying, could be worse. Could have been a clitoris. Had that been the case, the male detectives never would have found their way into that house. Speaking of sexy things, anyone here been in a threesome? You don't have to cheer. I'm sorry. This is too intimate. All right. Good for you. Statistically, that's about right. No, I have not, because they scare me. I think there's too many cooks in the kitchen there. I'm nervous, though, because I might find myself. I find myself in silly situations all the time. So if I do, I know a way to calm myself down. I'll think of it as like double Dutch. And like, I don't like to brag, but I was co-captain of my elementary school jump rope squad 2 years running. So I know how it goes, You wait for your entrance. You visualize it, right? Wait for it. Wait for it. You can count down as well. That helps. 3, 2, scared though, because what if I get to 1 and I hear somebody go, "Who's daddy's little girl?" That is foul. Daddy's little lady. Speaking of daddies, I had a massive crush on my high school math teacher. His wife taught across the hall, but this doesn't concern Diane. What we had was electric, but we had to play it cool, I kept my mouth shut to maintain an air of mystery. Easy to do because I never learned what an integer is. And he reciprocated. He never said anything outright, but he would pass back my tests. Every single one had the letter C at the top. It's like, okay, big boy, I get you. I'll raise you 2 more C's. Ding dong. That's called an Ed Gein doorbell, baby. That's gross. People hear that and they love to assume that I have daddy issues. I don't. That implies that my dad wasn't around. I have the opposite problem. He's always around. He helped me write the joke. It's the issue. My dad and I were cool. We go on road trips sometimes. But I worry, though, because despite the fact that he is very old, I fear that people will mistake us for a couple. because straight people do weird stuff all the time. So to combat that, I've started dressing like more masculine when we're out and about. That way they see us and they're like, oh, look at that little lesbian and her ally father. Doug, my dad, he is an ally, by the way. He told me once that, I want to make sure I phrase this correctly, I dress like a lesbian in Portland, Oregon who peaked in the 90s. It's very specific. Who was she, Doug? Who turned you down, buddy? I like weed. I think it's great. Used for a lot of different things. Hell yeah. I think it's great. I use it to giggle sometimes. Let loose. My brother supplies me. This is a joke for legal purposes. Family events, though, are great. You know, we went to my grandma's last year for Easter, both on another planet. And one point I looked at my grandma, and apropos of nothing, I said, Grandma, he is high. She said, no, sweetheart, he is risen. Thank you all so much. You've been so wonderful. My name is Erin. Thank you. Are y'all ready for your next comedian? Yeah. Please make it very, very loud for the wonderful Sophie Jean.
All right, be honest. Is it the jumpsuit?
Yes.
Yeah. All right, so just like heads up before we get started, I do want to say that I am autistic, which means you kind of have to laugh at my jokes. Because if you don't, that's what we call a hate crime. And I will take action. I love exploiting my autism because I didn't ask for this. Not even a little. But people are finally starting to make an effort to understand autism, and I can't let them catch on. I do think I have a little time, though, and here's why. So last April, my work allegedly sent out an all-staff email in regard to Autism Awareness Month. And I'm like, oh, I'm aware. Every month is Autism Awareness Month for this girl. But you know, they made an effort. They wanted everyone on campus to be able to learn about autism. They even included some fun facts. Some fun facts I will share with you all right now. The unemployment rate for autistic people is 85%. Only 5% of those diagnosed with autism are married. Autistic people are 9 times more likely to die by suicide. The average life expectancy for people with autism is 54 years of age. I was not aware of those facts. And apparently not the only one who can't read social cues. The thing is, I can't even say I beat the odds on any of those. Any of those facts are just waiting for me to catch up. And now that I know that my clock is a-ticking, I gotta make it count. And let me tell you, folks, I have no intention of bettering myself. None. Life comes at you hard, it really does. I used to be described as a genuine, ray of sunshine, that it seemed like I was always having a good day. No. No longer. I feel hardened. I'm just bitterly smoking by the exhaust fan in my studio apartment. Just angry at the world, like a single mother of 4 that just needs a second. Started dating again. I really want to harness my feminine wiles, but first I do need to figure out how weird I can act on a date and still get away with it. Like, I really want to find my hot to unhinged ratio. Like, where's that threshold? You know, so like, for example, am I hot enough to have Paw Patrol bed sheets? All right. Could I chug a carton of heavy cream in front of them? Yeah. All right. Can I use a litter box? You know, where's that line? Okay, worst case scenario, I blame it on the autism. I don't think I'll get called out. I really don't. Because if they do, hate crime. All right. I felt a little bit of judgment there. I'm not going to lie. But, you know, hey, well-behaved women seldom make history. All right. I don't want to make anyone uncomfy. That's not what this is about. We can move on. Has anyone else ever fucked a magician? Yeah, me neither. I can't lie to you guys. I did do that. I can't help it. All right, my smooth little baby brain does not understand object permanence. I'm shocked by close-up illusions. You can play peekaboo with me. I'll freak out every time. Just like, whoa. Okay, real fast. Just getting a feel for you all. Which is more embarrassing, to tell your friends that you fucked someone with Paw Patrol bed sheets or a magician? Because here's the thing. One of those carries whimsy and a side hustle, and the other one's just like a little too into law enforcement. It's kind of a toss-up as to which you'll see at a kid's birthday party. Maybe both if the date goes well. All right, so this sorcerer and I, we meet up. Things are going well. Go back to his place. And then he whips out his deck. He shows me a card trick. He's like, yeah, baby girl, it's a two of hearts. And I came so hard. How did he do it? And this gentleman is doing his due diligence. He goes to go down on me, right? He makes the journey south. He gets comfy and is, oh, what's this? And the scarves. There was a wand, there was a rabbit. The cape stayed on the whole time. It was nuts. And I'll spare you all the gory details. But you know, we're done cleaning up, and I'm like, wait, where did you come? Check behind your ear. And that's when I realized, yeah, I am 9 times more likely to die by suicide. All right, you guys have been great. Are we ready for our next comedian? All right, please welcome Will Dougherty.
Hey, everybody. I'm going to tell you something that I think catches people off guard about me sometimes. I'm married. Yeah, surprise. I don't know what to tell you. She said yes. What was I supposed to do? It catches people off guard, and that's fine. It doesn't bother me. It's useful for me, really, because I don't have a bathroom scale. So I just kind of have to judge how much weight I've gained based on how much people feel like they don't have to hide their disbelief when they find out I'm loved. Thank you for feeling bad. You're right. No, I'm doing great. I'm in what I assume is a healthy relationship. I mean, I don't take that for granted. I do know that this is exactly what a dude who wasn't expecting to have to date in his 40s looks like. But I think I'm in a good relationship. My wife is way better than me. And like, I know everybody has to say that, but like, it's not even close. Like, we both do comedy, but my wife is currently in the PhD program at the University of Nebraska. Like, she is, without question, one of the most respected people in her doctoral program. And I am, without question, the least respected person at my pizza delivery job. It's hilarious every time my wife f***s me. My relationship doesn't make sense, but you don't even know the half of it. Like, it's about to make even less sense. Because my wife is, what's the word I'm looking for? Gay. Yeah, it's weird. Like, it doesn't make sense. I will say, it's fun for me. Because my wife is the kind of gay where, like, she's a little bit misogynist, you know? Like, you can see the appeal there, right? Like, who doesn't want a wife that you could take to Hooters on her birthday, right? That's fun. Like, can I talk to the young men, fellas, sir? You look like a cool young man. Have you ever been out at a bar or a club and your buddy hits you with the elbow?
If I wasn't a minor, I'd respond to that.
I didn't say you were drinking or doing illegal drugs. You obviously were, but I didn't say that. I'll move on. You know the elbow, right? That move, that, like, when somebody hits you with that elbow that when translated into English means like, damn, you see that shit? That elbow? Have you ever had the person who gave you that elbow be your wife? It's fun. I get that it's weird for people. I did see something that helped put my relationship into context for me, and it was this big survey of all the relationship habits of LGBT people. And my wife, who I do exclusively refer to as my gay wife, like, way too much. Like, to the point that it's starting to get a little bit of Borat on it, if you know what I mean. Like, I'll just be in the grocery store and I'll be like, oh, gay wife! Do you know if we have any milk at home? Or I do exclusively call her my gay wife. But we are still married, so I assume she is at least technically bisexual. But I saw this survey of the relationship habits of LGBT people. And out of all of the bisexual people in this survey who said that they were in a long-term relationship, 90% of the bisexual people said that they were in a straight-passing relationship. 90% of bisexuals were swinging straight. Does that number sound a little suspicious to anyone else? Because that was my first thought. My thought process was, I think there's some straight people trying to get a free ticket to the Pride Parade. Is what I thought at first. But then I thought about it for literally even a moment, and I realized, if you're bisexual, what's your dating pool? What is your dating pool? I mean, it's everybody, right? But it's not. because you can only pull from the sides that are pulling from you, if you understand what I'm saying. What I'm saying is about 90% of people, for now, until Gen Z gets a little older, about 90% of people are straight, which means that if you're a bisexual person, you have 90% straight options, which means the 90-10 split is the exact statistical expectation. So what I'm saying is some pretty gay people are gonna end up in some pretty straight relationships. And I've proven that in the straightest way possible with math. And I had some gay people get very upset with me for that joke because they said I was making it sound like gay people are too dumb to do math. And if that's how you're feeling, I want you to know that was not my intention. I merely meant to say straight people are too boring not to. Okay? But I do think I'm in a good relationship, and the reason why is because, what's the best part of being in a relationship? We all know what it is, right? Judging the shit out of other people's relationships. And what a trump card I have. Because now I get to look back at everyone in history who ever ended up divorced because one of the people in the relationship was gay. And I get to look down my nose at them. One of you was gay, huh? And you couldn't hack it? Weird, I guess we just actually love each other. I do feel guilty though sometimes, if I'm being honest. I feel bad. I feel like I'm letting my gay wife down. You know? I feel like I'm letting her down with my gender. You know, it's not a big deal, but I feel like my gender is a disappointment at the exact same tier as a waiter who has bad news, right? That's how much my gender is a disappointment to my gay wife. She's just sitting there going ooh, you know what sounds really good right now? I could really go for a nice diet pussy. And I have to be is cock okay? Because Pepsi and Coke sounds a bit okay, we were together on that one. My name is Will Dougherty. Thank you very much. Let's bring your host, Brooke, back up here.
One more time for Will Dougherty. Oh my gosh, that was so much fun. It's almost as fun as teaching some kids and they won't sit down, you know? I do have a trick. I have a trick, and it's using fun songs. This ain't Texas. This ain't Hold'em. So sit down, 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 down. But anyways, I would like the couple comedians to come back up on here. Thank you. One more time for Sophie. One more time for Erin. And one more time for Will. Yeah, get on up here. Thank you so much. Yes. That's awkward. Just smile, just wave. Say thank you. Thank you.
bum 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 bum